Hey everybody, let's go ahead and get these bearings packed with some grease. This way we can get this mounted to the car. Generous helping here. Let's see if I can get some more out. And you are just going to take these guys and just keep pushing in. So the more that you push in, you can see that it starts squeezing in from the top, and you know that it's packed. So we'll just keep doing this over and over and over. Want it nice and greased so that you get a lot of life out of these guys. And I actually like to do both sides. So yeah, you can see right there how it's pushing out the top. That's how you know you've got a nice packed bearing with plenty of grease in it. And once we get this done, go ahead and do the other side a little bit. Make sure, again, you literally can't have too much grease. Not in your bearings. So, and then we're going to take and load up a bunch of this grease in there. Basically get everything off of my glove that I can. Drop the bearing in. And then we'll be able to put the seal in. So first, I have a second bearing to pack. So, and I am just going to throw this container away after this because there is not a whole lot left in here. Or at least that's worth the squeeze. So this is the second bearing. This one's going to go on the front. Since I've got the gloves out, I'm going to go ahead and get this packed now. And again, same process. You can see it pushing out there from the top. Don't have any grease. And you start packing, and there it is pushing through. So super simple to do. They sell tools to do this, but like unless you're working like at a shop where you're constantly packing old bearings like this, I wouldn't bother. Just get this guy. It's got it packed. We'll go ahead and just double check packing it from this side. And this one's going in the front, so we're just gonna set it aside for now. But that's it. So, all right, let's get the seal in. So you're gonna hammer the seal in. You want to get it nice and flush. And I like to use something flat to make sure we get it nice and even. And you're just gonna basically keep tapping this guy in. So you want to go evenly around so that you don't deform the seal. And there we are. Nice and flush. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this hub assembly installed. We are going to, I've got a little bit more of this stuff that I had to squeeze out of here, but again, lots and lots of lube. So we're just gonna get this guy all greased up. Hub assembly with the seal in and on. And then now that I've got that one on, we can insert our outer bearing. And once that guy's on, again, super lubed up. We've got, let's clean this up just a touch, because there's a part that goes installed there. Hopefully you guys can see okay. I haven't done this POV view before. We'll get that cleaned up just a touch. Washer, that's keyed. Let's get this guy on. And then we've got the nut kit. So, and then this has a torquing procedure that we'll go through here in a minute. All right, guys, so procedure for properly torquing this nut. One, we want to make sure we get it seated. So you're going to torque this to 21 foot-pounds, and you want to do it while it's spinning. So we're going to spin it as we torque it, and it stops. So that's how we know we've got the nut and the bearings nice and seated. I like to do this twice just to make sure that those bearings are nice and seated. So we're gonna go ahead and loosen it up. Go ahead and tighten it just a touch. Get this spinning again. And then, so now we know that the bearings are all nice and seated. The next step, we're actually going to loosen this back up and tighten by hand. Next, we want to check the preload on the bearings. We're going to use a spring gauge, spring force meter, and it's a little tough to see here, but you've got 800 grams, 1200 grams. We want to split the difference at 1,000 grams of force. So to set this up correctly, we want to rotate the assembly, get this up top, and we're just going to pull. Once it moves, so it's way too tight. So I'm gonna loosen this up, give this a spin, and let's do it again. Got to about 1600 that time, so we still want to loosen it up some. Give this all a wiggle, get things loosened up, and let's check that preload again. It's only about 1500, so again, we're going to loosen that up some. Get this nice and loose. Bingo. Once we've got that all set, so now the tension, the preload is correct. We're going to take the castle nut, or the cap, I don't know what this is, put that back on, and get everything locked in so it doesn't move. Right, and now that we've got the cotter pin and everything installed, we just get the cap on. We're good to go. And now that we've got all of that buttoned up, we can slap these massive calipers on. Get this set, 35 foot-pounds for torque. Oh, it would help if I were tightening instead of loosening. now that we've got everything torqued down, we can go ahead and install the brake pads. I tell you what, guys, this is one of my favorite things about brake caliper designs like this. Pad replacement is like a breeze. Normal OEM style brakes, you have to actually remove the caliper to get access to the pads, and that's just not the case with these. So, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Please be sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and we will see you guys next time for another project on the Celica.